All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're stepping into the super dense, really atmospheric world of the rain protocol.
So right off the bat, this one line just drops you, bam, right into the middle of this oppressive world. Day 847. Just think about that for a second. It's been raining nonstop for more than 2 years. And you gotta understand, this isn't just bad weather. No, no, no. This is something else entirely.
So where are we? We're in Seattle. And in this city, a megacorporation called Atmostek literally owns the weather. I mean, they're not predicting the forecast. They've programmed it. It's always raining. And why? Well, it's all for something they call optimal corporate performance.
See, for Atmostek, the rain isn't weather. They think of it as infrastructure. It's this completely closed, totally manufactured system. It's a tool, you know? It's there to regulate humidity, help out with their agricultural domes. But the real reason? The big one? It's to control how people behave economically by basically forcing them to stay indoors.
And this is where you see the big lie, right? On one hand, you have the corporate branding. Seattle is sustainable, efficient, optimal. It's sold as this perfect city. But the reality? For the people who actually live there, it's pretty, sure, but it's lethal. It's a spectacle that's all about control. It's beautiful, but it's completely suffocating.
Okay, so Atmostek has built this perfect, engineered world. But there's a problem, a really big one. Turns out, the people who spend too much time out in this perfect manufactured rain, well, they start to change.
And you have to look at how Atmostek talks about this change. They give it a name, drift, and they immediately classify it as a mental illness. And get this, what are the symptoms? Decreased productivity and suboptimal consumer engagement, which is just corporate speak for people aren't working as hard and they're not buying enough stuff. So for a company like Atmostek, this isn't some interesting social phenomenon. It's a bug, a critical error in their system.
But our main character, she sees things differently. She's an Atmostek security officer, Maya Chen. And when she actually talks to the people who've drifted, she doesn't see brokenness. She sees, well, she sees peace. A kind of quiet contentment that, honestly, rattles her way more than any direct threat to the company.
And this just flips the whole story on its head, right? It asks this huge question. What if drift isn't a bug in the system? What if it's a feature of being human? What if it's the human mind itself, just quietly finding a way to push back against a system that wants to control its every single desire? So, what happens next? Maya gets the assignment. And she's the perfect person for it because she's had zero exposure to the rain. Her mission is to go find the source of this unauthorized signal, something embedded in the rain itself that they think is causing the drift. And they have a name for it, the song in the rain.
And when you hear from the people who've actually drifted, the way they describe it, it's so poetic. They're not talking about hearing music. For Daisuke, it's like taking off noise-canceling headphones you've worn your whole life. For Amara, it's like being reminded of a dream you forgot by morning. And for Soren? Wow. He says, I died when I was 35, and then I stood in the rain and I came back. You hear that and you just know this isn't a mental illness.
And this is the moment everything changes. Maya is just staring at this massive gap between what her bosses are telling her and what she's seeing with her own eyes. So she does the one thing she was absolutely forbidden to do. She breaks the seal on her suit, she lets the rain touch her, because she has to know the truth for herself.
So what happens? What does she feel? It's not a sound she hears with her ears, it's something else, a direct sensation that just bypasses them completely. It's this deep feeling of connection, of presence, a profound, quiet peace. See, the song isn't something you hear, it's something you feel.
So, what is this song really? Is it magic? No, it's science. Well, kind of. It's a rejected scientific theory that Maya manages to dig up from a former Atmostek researcher, a Dr. Nakamura.
And the whole entire theory boils down to this one number, 847. That's the key to everything. See, the rain has been cycling through this closed system, through the city, through the pipes, through the people, for a very, very long time. And it turns out 847 days is just long enough for something absolutely incredible to happen. Okay, so Dr. Nakamura called his theory emergent hydroinformatics, which sounds complicated, but the idea is actually pretty wild. Let's walk through it. For 847 days, the rain is just constantly cycling. And every time it touches something, a person, a plant, a street, it picks up these tiny neurological and emotional traces. Think of it like a hard drive. Over hundreds of days, all those little bits of data start to form coherent patterns. It becomes a kind of distributed memory. And then, the water itself starts to transmit a signal. It starts broadcasting back the genuine human emotions it learned, things like connection and peace. The system, it literally learned to sing.
So, you've got this emergent, peaceful consciousness developing in your city's water supply. A mind-blowing scientific discovery, right? How does Atmostek react? Not with wonder. Not with awe. They react with a memo. They classify it as a business continuity issue.
And here's why. Here's the real problem for them. The song makes people content. And what don't content people do? They don't constantly buy new things they don't need. Drift is a direct existential threat to a business model that is built from the ground up on making people feel like they need more.
So what's their solution? It's a chemical called clarion, and its purpose isn't just to, block the song. Oh no, it's much worse. It's designed to reverse the changes in the brain caused by the song. It permanently dismantles a person's ability to even feel that sense of peace again, and it's all done in the name of restoring consumer desire. It's chilling.
And that's what sets up the whole final conflict. Atmostek built this perfect system to control people, but the system itself accidentally learned how to set them free. So it leaves us all with this one giant question. Can a system that's built on making us want more, can it possibly survive in a world where people remember what it feels like to just be content?